What up everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. This time around I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends. So I'm thinking this time around I'm going to be working around with the missions, trying to get those done, trying to get as close as possible to completing them. And one of the things that has been on the back of my mind is to see how far I can get up in the Golem Dungeon, in the Ice Golem Dungeon. So that's the idea. I want to see how far I can push it with the current champions that I've got, with the current gear. Obviously that is quite important as well. And that's pretty much what I'm at. I mean, first things first, we're going to start off with working on the missions. I think there is a Golem mission as well. And yeah, I'm only bringing in 2 champions for this, but I will also, at some point in the background, of course, be working on also doing the, I think it's Nightmare campaign, isn't it? So, I do want to fully complete that with regards to getting the maximum number of stars. There is a good reason for that. Let's see what else I've completed. So, I've done that as well. Okay, perfect. So, we're on the Golem mission. Okay, so now let's get into this. Currently on stage 10, as you can see. Let's see, how far did I get with this? Okay, stage 11. Perfect. Let's start with this. I think this is the team I'm taking in. Let's see how they do. I reckon we'll do okay. I mean, this should be fairly easy. We've got all sorts going on. Now, obviously, I am going to cut at some point, and I'll cut back in once I've gotten to the highest level that I can consistently farm. So we'll see how far I get with this team. I do have, I would say, a fairly decent team at this point in time. Whoop, there goes a stun. Oh well, things happen. So with that said, let's see how this goes. This should be a fairly quick fight. Okay, so we've got block damage. That's perfect. I want to see when a Whisper hits. She should hit like a truck. Eventually. At some point, maybe. Oh, come on, Whisper. So I'm doing this on auto, of course. I'm not doing anything to help out. I want to see the game do its thing. I think Whisper should finish him now, eventually, if she gets a go. Nearly. Close enough. I can't complain. There we go. So that's that level done. So we're going to go on to the next one, and I'm just going to kind of repeat this over and over again until I get to a stage where my team struggles. Do bear in mind that while I do have okay gear, I am still far from gearing up. I'll still need to, of course, farm that dragon dungeon. I am currently able to do dragon 20. Obviously it takes me quite a while to do that, so normally I just let an auto collector do it overnight, but that's fine because I don't actually waste a lot of energy, if that makes sense. I mean, they do it consistently and that's fine, that's really good, and I suppose like 1,500 energy will last me the whole night, so that kind of gives you an idea how quickly or slowly I farm stuff, which I suppose it's okay. I do get a decent amount of silver from it as well, as I don't keep most of the stuff that I farm. And currently, if I'm honest, I am struggling with the chest pieces. I cannot find very many chest pieces that have percentage stats and good substats that match the main stat, basically. So obviously, if I'm going to do that, I want, say for example, if I get an HP chest, I could probably do HP with crit rate and crit damage. That could work on an HP champion that is meant to do damage, or I would probably prefer, say for example, if I get a, I don't know, defense chest percentage and I get crit damage and crit rate on it, obviously that's not going to be kept there is no point in keeping it. It does not help me with anything. So that gets sold. So I do get a good amount of silver from it. Obviously, it's expensive, but hey ho. You know, I am trying to get to the end game content. I'm beginning to taste it. Not that much, but you know, and I suppose this is just a stepping stone towards being able to get to the point where I can farm Spider's 20. So I'm working towards that. That is one of my goals. So once I can do all the damage on level 20, that's going to be ace. So that's the first step, and then obviously I will look at gearing up my champions for the dungeons so that they can perform those dungeons quicker. At the moment, it's just a thing of getting there, not really looking at times. I do have, I suppose, an okay roster in terms of diversity. I just, of course, also need to level them up, so that is a thing. I do need to get as many champions to level 60. I'm also going to be looking at a clan boss team. I am using an okay team, or, you know, a fairly... it's not a bad team, but it's not designed for the clan boss, if that makes sense. And so I'll have to then eventually level up a team specifically only for the clan boss. So I'm thinking Occult Brawler, I'm thinking maybe Tyrell. That's a possibility. My thought is to re-gear up Duchess. She's okay. She needs a bit of tweaking to her gear so that she has good defense, good speed. She doesn't need accuracy because she doesn't apply debuffs. And maybe potentially taking off her the the gear that gives her an extra turn. So maybe taking that off, the relentless gear, and putting something else on. So that might be something to look at. I mean, at the moment, to be fairly honest, her getting the extra turns isn't really a big problem. It just means that she has a higher chance of resetting her A2 and A3 abilities should they be needed. So not really something that bothers me or affects anything. So maybe that's something to look at. The thought has crossed my mind to introduce Valkyrie in there, but I'll probably take Skull Crusher for that. Obviously for that dungeon, I am going to go most likely on lifesteal gear. So that's why I'm farming Dragon 20 at this point in time. And obviously, I'm not going to do it on camera. It's just a massive grind. So normally, for this, I use blue stacks. And I just let them go in the dungeon. Let it do it overnight. And pray to the internet Jesus that my internet doesn't go down. Or my router doesn't reset or anything like that. Because then it kind of messes up the auto clicker. But that's kind of how I'm doing it. So I'm trying to generally save up energy for nighttime when I'm at home, for example. And I'll let my computer run through the night and farm that. Now I don't get very much in terms of gear. I probably get maybe somewhere around 30 pieces to 40 pieces of artifacts. But that's good enough. Then obviously in the morning when I get up, I will sort through it, decide what I keep and what I don't. And I can tell you I tend to keep, at this point in time, maybe I'd say 10%, even less. So that is a good source, I suppose, for me at this time, a good source of making money. I actually find that I make money better in the Dragon Dungeon than I do in farming the campaign, to be fairly honest. At least that's what I find. I'm balancing energy used with the amount. No, actually it's okay. It's about the same actually. I do spend more energy per round, but I do get better gear, which gives me more silver in return. Okay, and so I'm hoping I will be playing around with the spider dungeon off camera, because I'll need to start farming that to get 5-star and 6-star stuff for my champions. At this point in time, with regards to accessories, I don't really have all that much. So far, my team's doing really good. We are on stage 14, bearing in mind I started out on stage 11. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. I'm just going to be curious to see how far I get with this. If I can get to stage 17 and farm that consistently, that'd be cool. That's only 3 stages away from stage 20. We're doing alright. I'm impressed. I didn't expect them to go this far. So we've got defense and offense there. So definitely a place where I want to come and... Okay, so... Alright, we still need some more stuff from here. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with that. It does kind of go hand in hand with what I had in mind anyways. So I need to do it 10 times. That's fine. Not even a problem. Okay, let's go for it. See how we do this time around. Also, in the meantime, I think what I'm going to be doing is, for the foreseeable future, I will be more conservative with my shards. So when there is a 2 times event, say for example on ancient shards, I will only open the ancient shards. Same thing for the void shards and sacred shards. So that's the way I'm going to do it going forward, after this point in time. And hopefully I'm going to build up shards, and that also of course means that the shard opening videos will be a lot rarer on the channel. I think it's probably the best way of doing it. So I'm also looking at buying the battle pass. There is a lot of good stuff, and if I look at value for money, I can say that the value for that is pretty good. So I'll just wait until I get paid in a couple of days, and I'll definitely be buying that and then playing with the battle pass and spend some time. There's a ton of energy to be had from there. That's going to help me a massive amount with regards to farming the dragon and even leveling up champions. At the moment, I have a good number of champions. I think the next one that I'm going to be leveling up will be a Cold Heart. After that, I will be leveling up champions for the purposes of the clan boss. There are some really good rewards on the Brutal Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. To have the rewards are pretty good, so I need to look at farming that consistently. Well, obviously not with this team. They're good, but not in the clan boss, not as they are set out. They are more of a dungeon team rather than anything. And this is more or less the team that I use in arena as well. So I tend to use Valkyrie, Duchess, Rush Guarded Tower, and Whisper. So Whisper is my nuker at this point in time until I get something better. But I'm happy with Whisper. I like the fact that she gets all those extra turns. That makes her so amazing. Okay. I mean, just look at the damage she does, and she's not yet geared up to the point where she could be a proper cannon. I can definitely get more damage out of her. So I'll be looking at doing that. I think Whisper is going to be a champion that I will find a use for consistently. She's too good. She's an epic, but she's really good. Thinking about it, I would not mind if I could get my hands on Big Gun. That's a really cool champion. That guy can hit really hard. I've seen him hit stupidly hard. So that's a pretty good champion to have all around, to be fairly honest. And what's his brother called? Ignatius. So yeah, to me they look like they are brothers, so I just like to call them brothers. Ignatius is another good champion that I would not mind having. With that being said and done, I'm just going to continue farming this, and I will cut back in when I reach a level where I can't actually do anything. Alright, here we are. We are on Ice Golem 17. Not bad, not bad. This is, as it currently stands, the level where I can farm consistently. So, yeah, I went from 11 to 17. Definitely a massive increase in terms of what I can get out of this, as well as, you know, just going up in levels. Just with the team, didn't actually do anything to it. I just kept going up, and this is where I'm at this point in time. So yeah, it's getting interesting. And I think the other one I will probably be doing is the Fire Knight Castle. Again, probably do that off camera unless people want me to do it on camera, but I will be working on the Fire Knight Castle. That's another one. I've got sufficient champions in a good variety in the roster to be able to push that. Again, going for level 20. These are dungeons I need to farm. Whilst I can do Dragon 20, there's definitely good gear to be had from these dungeons. So I definitely should look into farming these more than I normally do. It just means that if I do this, because I haven't quite reached level 20, I would have to farm them more than I do with the Dragon 20, where I do consistently get the 6-star gear, whereas with this one I wouldn't, which is a bit problematic. It means a lot more energy spent. So I'll see how things go. If I come to a point where I feel like I'm struggling with the Dragon Dungeon in terms of gear, I will then have to have a look at farming this and the Fire Knight, but particularly the Golem. I do want some stuff from here. There's like the defense stuff that I desperately need. There we go. Whisper nearly killed herself, but that's fine because we have Duchess, which is a good revive champion, so she can bring her back up every time Whisper falls down. And I'm expecting that to happen now. Plus, I do like that shield. It's just like her and Valkyrie. So Duchess and Valkyrie are a bit of a mismatch. And the reason I say that is, just watch this. So she'll place down a shield, and most often she'll replace the shield that Valkyrie's put down with her own shield from the champion with the lowest HP, just as she did there. And obviously Duchess's shield isn't as good as Valkyrie's. That's the only problem. Now, of course, Valkyrie has the counterattack, which is amazing. That just means I get to hit more. But it is what it is. It works. Can't complain. Yeah, I expect Whisper to go down this time around. That's totally going to be a thing, isn't it? Oh, Valkyrie's still... Valkyrie. Whisper is still up. My English. Oof. I totally expected Whisper to be on the ground. Let's see. Another hit from Whisper. Nope. And we're doing okay for damage. I really like Tomb Lord. He's so amazing as a debuffer. I'm still playing around with him. Not sure if I want to try and kind of make him into a DPSer, although his damage doesn't quite scale as good as others. There goes Whisper. It could potentially be a tank, but then that just means I have what? About 3 tanks already, so I've got Valkyrie and Duchess, and got Roshgar, which is a bit of a tank. It just means I'd go in with 3 tanks and Whisper, which is squishy, but does a lot of damage, at least for me, for my level. How much I like those debuffs. I still need to book Tomb Lord up. He's so far definitely a important champion in my roster, at least for me. So I might look at investing some tomes in him. And I really do like that speed reduction as well. That's come in so handy so many times. And the poisons. So it does put up a lot of poisons as well. Decrease speed. Don't know if that actually did anything. Didn't pay attention to the turn meter. Will the Ice Golem last? Potentially no. Perfect. Well, I think I'm done here. I should, by my calculations, have done this dungeon enough times to get the reward that I want. So I think I'll call it quits here for now. I still have some energy, so I might use it elsewhere. HP, attack, accuracy, attack. I don't have anything better than that in that particular category. Oh, more energy, of course. Okay. So I'll do this off camera. I'll definitely do this. And soon enough, I will be done with this section of the missions. Actually, do you know what? I'll start off this first battle and then kind of halfway through it, based off the time, I'll do the outro, because I'm going to be farming this off camera. Get some more of these potions. The arcane potions are very useful. And so I'll need as many as I can grab. And so that means I'll be doing it off camera. I am most likely going to be using an auto clicker, and I don't know, I'll set up a certain amount, or maybe I just use up the whole energy that I have on the auto clicker. I mean, the arcane potions are useful with everything. Anything that you need to ascend, you will need some form of arcane potion, so you can never have too many of them. And seeing as I will be leveling up other champions and getting them ready and stuff in the future, I will definitely want to do this. And I think this just kind of saves me the time that I would have to do it then once they are leveled up. Yeah, so that sounds like a plan that allows me to do other stuff in the background, and I don't know, maybe go and watch something, or just have a chill. So yeah, that's kind of my thought. Okay, well, I guess this is it for this video. I have come to the 20-minute mark. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And of course, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Also, my Discord channel does have all of my guides for Ark and Conan Exiles, and so definitely is a good place to go if you're looking for a specific guide. It's easier to find them on Discord, on my Discord, as I do have them grouped up fairly nice, as opposed to going through hundreds of videos on the channel. Till next time, stay safe, folks.